All right, team, welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're not digging through ancient ruins or code. Not exactly. We're actually venturing into the wisdom, hidden within a really timeless Japanese folktale, the samurai and the tea master. Now, this isn't just some quaint old story. It's actually a profound look at, centuries-old wisdom on growth, on mastery, and that elusive power of presence. It's all deeply rooted in Zen Buddhism and the teachings of the samurai. And our insights today, they're drawn from various excerpts that discuss this exact tale. So we can pull out these powerful lessons that are surprisingly relevant to, life today.
Absolutely. And our mission for you today, listening in, is really to pull out those core lessons, things like discipline, dedication, and maybe most importantly, mindset. We want to show how this ancient wisdom can, directly impact your professional life, your personal development, starting right now. This tale, it kind of reveals how mastery can pop up in really unexpected ways and why things like focus and presence, they're truly universal strengths.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's unspool this story. It begins, as you said, in ancient Japan. We meet this figure, Yamanouchi, a legendary samurai, known for being, unshakable, really calm, intensely focused. He basically embodied the samurai mindset, discipline sharp as a sword, courage, clarity. His whole life was about preparing to face challenges, even death, with honor.
Total dedication.
Exactly. And then, sort of the contrast, we meet this quiet, gentle, soft-spoken tea master. His world wasn't the battlefield. It was the serene space of the Japanese tea ceremony. His mastery was in performing this ritual with just perfect precision. And it wasn't just about making tea. It was really a sacred art. Mindfulness, focus, intention. It embodies those Zen ideas like wabi-sabi, beauty and imperfection, and ichigo-ichi, treating each moment as unique.
Yeah, and what's so striking, right, is the connection between them. You've got the warrior, the artist, seemingly worlds apart. But despite these totally different paths, they both shared this incredibly deep sense of presence, this unwavering focus. And that tells you something right away. Mastery isn't just about one field. The tea master's soft art, the samurai's hard training. There were fundamentally different ways of expressing the same deep dedication, same cultivated attention.
Right. And Yamanouchi, being perceptive, he saw that shared depth. He recognized it, and he honored the tea master by giving it the rank of samurai. Which is quite something. So from then on, the tea master actually traveled with Yamanouchi, serving tea with that same incredible skill and that quiet, powerful presence.
An unusual arrangement, perhaps.
Definitely. And this leads us to the turning point in this story. This is where the tea master's unexpected rank gets tested. So one day, they're traveling, and the tea master goes for a walk. He passes two other samurai. The first one goes by, no problem. But the second samurai, he's described as being very observant, very keen. And he notices something just a little off about the tea master's bow. It didn't have that, sharp, warrior-like precision he expected.
That little flicker of something not quite right.
Exactly. And so this second samurai, the challenger, he confronts the tea master, right then and there, demands to know about his rank, and terrifyingly insists on a duel, threatening dishonor if he refuses.
Yeah, you can just imagine the absolute terror the tea master must have felt. I mean, he's not a fighter. He confesses, tells the truth. Look, I got this rank for my devotion to the tea ceremony, not for fighting. But the challenger, he wasn't having it. He basically says, if you wear the rank, you have to be ready to die with it.
Sure. Incredibly harsh. So the tea master, he's distraught, right? Sees no way out. He goes back to Yamanouchi, confesses everything, says, I can't fight, but I absolutely cannot bring shame on you, my master. And they ask this heartbreaking thing, please just teach me how to die with honor.
Wow. And Yamanouchi's response here, it's just brilliant. It's not what you'd expect at all. He doesn't grab a sword, doesn't start teaching fighting moves. He just softly asks, before we do anything else, make me one final cup of tea.
Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah. And you realize this isn't really about the tea. Not at that moment. It's a profound move. A test, yes, but also a way to guide the tea master back to his own ground. Back to his own form of mastery and presence.
And it works. It causes this incredible shift. The tea master, having sort of accepted that death might be coming, he's suddenly not paralyzed by fear anymore. He steps back into his own world, the tea ritual, his domain.
He's back where he's mastered.
Exactly. And the description is beautiful. His movements become graceful again, hands steady, actions deliberate, breath calm. It's like years, maybe decades, of cultivated mindfulness just flowing through him. It's mastery in action, every single gesture.
And Yamanouchi just watches, in complete silence, taking it all in. Only after the tea is served does he speak, softly but with immense weight. He says, that.
Just that.
Yeah. That is the mindset of a warrior, that stillness, that profound presence. He tells him, when you face your opponent, hold your sword just like you held that teacup. Stand with that same deep stillness, that same inner calm. Let him feel your spirit, quiet, friendly, but utterly unshakable.
He's essentially describing Fedoshin the immovable mind. So the duel begins. The tea master remembers Yamanouchi's words. He walks forward. And he enters that space almost as if he were performing the tea ceremony. Calm as a rock, focused like an archer, still as a deep ocean.
Incredible imagery.
It really is. He stands tall, raises his sword, but there's no trembling, no begging, just this serene confidence. And it completely throws his opponent.
You bet it does. The challenger was probably expecting fear, maybe desperation. Instead, he sees this profound stillness, a man completely ready to fight, ready to die without hesitation, the very picture of a true warrior. It's like seeing Mushin, the no-mind state, in action.
And the effect.
The challenger is just overwhelmed and ashamed, really, of his own misjudgment. He drops his sword, bows deeply, apologizes, admits, "Forgive me, only a true warrior can stand with such presence. I was wrong."
Wow.
Yeah. So the incredible outcome is that the tea master's mastery of his mind, his inner state, defeated the challenger without a single blow being struck. It's inner strength winning out.
That is such a powerful story. So let's pull back now. What does this ancient tale really offer us today? I mean, the insights feel incredibly relevant.
They really do. First, and this is huge for our modern world, mastery is about depth, not just the field you're in. It doesn't matter if it's martial arts, business, coding, art, whatever. Deep focus and unwavering commitment, that's the key. Like the tea master shows, excellence in any craft, even something seemingly simple, earns respect. It's about how you approach it.
That makes so much sense. And this next one really hits home for me. Calmness conquers fear. The story shows mindfulness in action, right? That ability to quiet the noise in your head and face challenges without panicking. Think about those moments in our lives. A big presentation, a tough negotiation, a personal crisis. Cultivating that inner stillness, that Mushin state, it can genuinely change the outcome. It's not about having no fear, but acting powerfully despite it.
Exactly. Acting despite fear. And tied to that is this idea. Honor comes from dedication. Your commitment, your dedication to your chosen craft or path, that defines your honor much more than any title or rank. The tea master wasn't a fighter, but his deep dedication to his art made him worthy of respect, even as samurais respect. Real honor is earned through that quiet, consistent devotion.
Yeah, it's earned, not just given, which leads nicely into this. Mindset is greater than skill. Skills are important, obviously. You need them. But it's your mindset, your inner state, how you frame things that determines if you crumble or rise when things get tough. Mastering your mind, not just your techniques, lets you face almost anything with resilience.
Absolutely critical. And finally, a lesson particularly for anyone in leadership. Respect different forms of mastery. Great leaders, like Yamanouchi, they see strength and wisdom in many forms, often unexpected ones. They value people who quietly excel, even if it's in a completely different area. They look past the surface role to the depth of dedication. It's about humility, really, and being open-minded.
It feels like such a contrast to today sometimes, doesn't it?
Right.
We're often pushed to, try everything, be a jack of all trades, move fast. But this story is a powerful reminder that going deep, really mastering one practice, builds a unique kind of strength. A transferable strength.
That's the keyword. Transferable. When you develop that deep mastery in one area, you start seeing underlying patterns, principles that apply elsewhere. The tea master's focused mind, honed through his art, was directly applicable to a duel. He used the same presence, the same attention. It's the mindset that transfers.
Yeah, you see that everywhere. Like a software engineer who really goes deep on core logic. They can pick up new technologies way faster because they get the fundamentals.
Right.
Or an artist who masters painting, say. They can often transfer that creative intuition to sculpture or digital art more easily. Or think about a leader who truly masters deep listening. That skill becomes foundational for building stronger teams, resolving conflicts, everything.
Exactly. And the story also brings up this idea of courage beyond the battlefield. The tea master faced potential death to honor his master's trust. That was his battlefield. Today, courage often looks different, but it's no less important. It might be speaking up when something's wrong, even when it's uncomfortable.
Or taking responsibility for a mistake.
Yes, absolutely. Or admitting you don't know something and asking for help. That takes courage, too. Facing those moments, those are the things that build character. Each time you do it, you grow.
And crucially, there's the importance of respect and humility. Yamanouchi saw the tea master's quiet skill and valued it. The challenger, though, He failed to look past the surface, the rank, and almost lost his own honor because of it.
It's a great reminder.
Yeah, respecting the diverse strengths around you, no matter the person's role or how loudly they broadcast their skills, that builds better relationships, stronger teams. It reminds us that greatness can be quiet, humble even.
So true. So, okay, how do we take all this rich insight and actually apply it, make it practical for our own growth, personally and professionally?
Well, maybe it's simpler than we think. First step could be practice deep focus. Really try to resist that urge to multitask all the time. Bring your full attention to one thing. That's how you build real mastery.
Solid advice. What else?
Second, cultivate a calm mind. Use mindfulness. When stress or fear pops up, just pause. Take a breath. Come back to the present moment, like the tea master did in his ritual. There's real power in that stillness.
Finding that center.
Third, honor others' skills. Make a real effort to notice and appreciate the mastery in people around you, whether it's design, teaching, coding, customer service. See the skill.
Acknowledging that expertise. Good one.
Fourth,
But
embrace courage in everyday challenges. Don't dodge the uncomfortable stuff. Face difficult conversations or situations with honesty and presence.
lean into it, yeah.
And maybe finally, go deep, not just wide. Look, diverse experience is valuable. It gives perspective. But that deep expertise, that unshakable confidence, that usually comes from digging deep into one area.
Go deep. I like that.
So this seemingly simple folktale, it just unfolds, doesn't it, into these really profound lessons about mastery, courage, presence, respect. It feels like if you really want to grow as a professional, a leader, just as a person, these ancient principles are still incredibly powerful guides.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening. You really don't have to be a warrior in the literal sense to carry a warrior spirit. Go deep in your craft, whatever it is. Cultivate that calm, present mindset. Face your challenges with dignity. Like the tea master, your presence, that focused, calm energy, it will be felt. People notice.
Be like the tea master. Be like the samurai. Or perhaps even better, carry the best of both within you. And just as a fascinating little closing note on that, tying it all together, some samurai traditions actually included making tea with exceptional care precision.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't just a pastime. It was specific training to develop rhythm, focus, mindfulness. Skills they believed directly helped them in the chaos of battle. It just shows how interconnected these forms of mastery truly are.